Also, Puck doesn't really care that much about getting hooked. So I'm not sure what the thought is here outside of just Lich, Frost Armor on Clockwork, and then go. Which can be good. The other thing that they could think about doing is sending Clockwork just as a position 3, run it for Jonas and Fam, and then you've got like a suicide laner that should be okay, I want to say, in a lane alone against what could be a Puck. I think that you could just like get a Quelling Blade as Clockwork and then just outlast hit the Puck and just own that lane. Isn't really much kill potential there. Puck is just this hero that inherently has damage issues. So if you did do that, well, never mind. They're not doing that. It's going to be a Beastmaster now. So we know what its position is. It's position 4 Clock, position 1 Jug, Lich is 5, and Beastmaster 3. So no chance to switch things up. I don't think that Clock offlane is necessarily amazing, but it's also not terrible. I think that it's a lot better than it used to be because we've been seeing more and more often you like will send a Clockwork or you'll send somebody to the safe lane to sort of be sacrificed or to go against a tri lane or something, and then you can still get a decent amount. But this way, if they wanted for Aachen Esports, they could potentially cut the creep wave with Beastmaster and Clockwork. They could just play the lane straight up and kind of run over them. We might end up seeing like a Clockwork Jug lane, or they could just go full on aggro try and try and put a ton of pressure on, because that is one weak side of this lineup for the Pango, is that Rubik is not necessarily the strongest of laners in the world. The thing they do need to be careful about for Aachen Esports is tiny tossbacks under tower. And that's something that could be really spooky. Like, I'm thinking about the way that this could work out, right? And imagine that they're top side, right? The Pango have Tiny and Rubik in lane together against an aggro try, or even against dual lanes. Like, let's say that you try to run in with like Beastmaster and Lich. You can hypothetically get yourself in a position where you wrap around with the Tiny, toss back underneath the tower, and whoever is there is going to die. So I think that this is where the Tiny support actually starts to be really scary. And if you're Aachen Esports, you either want to match the Beastmaster up against the Tiny lane so that way you can have Hawk Vision to make sure you spot when there is a gank coming from the Tiny to try and toss somebody back underneath the tower, or you pair somebody that is just going to keep the pressure on the lane, and that way there's always creeps underneath the tower, which is another way to deal with it. But I think I remember seeing it, the Chongqing Major, where they had, you know, secret run this strat against, it was when I was casting EG, right? So it was, oh no, would have been secret EG? Yeah, secret EG. Of course, that was the Cliff Teasy one. But what they had was they just had Puppy playing on the Tiny, and then they would pull the wave, and then every time somebody would come to contest that wave, they just get tossed back under tower. And it's very realistic that that could happen here. So I'd be a little concerned. PA is the last pick, so Razor mid. What do you want to run against Razor? Razor's taken like that position of DK in the past, where you just like sit it in as a 9th pick. You know that there's not really going to be, well, I guess here it's not a 9th pick, but realistically it's the mid matchup that they are going to be facing off against.
5 seconds remaining.
Not too much that completely shuts this hero down that you want to try and run. So again, it's going to be, you know, Puck doesn't feel like a Ghost Stick hero. Tiny feels a lot more like a Ghost Stick hero, which makes me think that this is going to be a Zayat's Puck. There's no way that's good. This kind of has to be, maybe they run offlane Razor instead. Yeah, maybe they put Ghost Stick on the Razor and then they put Puck mid. It could be either.
Choose your hero.
How does that do against them? Well, Ghost Stick's gonna play it. I don't doubt that he can play puck well. But when I think of Ghost Stick, I think of Axe. I think of Centaur. I think of Brewmaster. Big, tanky strength heroes that just get in there and like own people. I'm not saying he can't play it, but when I think of like a player comboed together with a hero, it tends to be that when they're playing their best, these people will play a very similar style of hero. And I think that Ghost Stick is probably one of the most talented players on this team, but it does feel a little different to me, which is okay. We'll see if it works out. We will see if it works out. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. Again, currently just before 9 a.m. on the Pacific Coast of the United States. We're casting games where people are playing over in Ukraine, Russia, wherever the heck they're at. The CIS region. You guys are watching from wherever you are in the world. Whether it's the US, Europe, CIS, Southeast Asia. Everybody's welcome. Everybody's gonna have a good time. It's Dota 2, guys. It's good stuff. That's what we love to see. Let me just bring over the spectator things. This is the same bug that keeps on happening. I like to mess around with the vision a lot, but it automatically unbinds every game. So if you're going to do the vision thing, I don't know how to make it so that it doesn't do that. Regardless, as I said, welcome to the cast. The final best of 3 of the day. We do have more games going on. I don't think there are any more going on Beyond the Summit 2 right now, but there should be more games tomorrow. Oh my god, what a baller! Oh, what a baller! Oh, that was sick!
Oh, did I do that? You can run.
Alright, guys, there you go. That was really cool.
30 seconds to battle.
That was really cool. Man. Because that's the thing, right? If it's over here, it probably doesn't show up. But that place you dropped the Sentry Ward, this sees all of the normal spots where you would place it. Oh, that was sick. Damn.
The battle begins.
God, what the hell was I talking about? I was trying to make like some message of positivity or something in the world, but it's fine. I'm sure it's okay. Grab a little drink of water while we get ready to hop into this. So things to watch for. They are not actually going to run this top. It looks like they want to be the ones that aggro into the Aachen side. Screen, again, taking the Frost Blast level 1. Coupe. Chase down now. Zayat's in a little bit of trouble. He's holding onto that tree, which means, guess what? You do not have toss to get away. So, in spite of the D ward, will still go down there. And this is the strength of Clockwork. That's amazing. I love that. So, they aggro and then immediately realize, hey, you know what? We actually can't do this. And immediately the turnaround aggro is going to come out. The plus side of this is that as you get the levels on the Tiny, like we were talking about, you can go for the tossbacks, and Slayer can just do this pull off to the side there. So he sees that the creeps are there. He's probably going to stack up the camp so he can have a double. Maybe he'll eat this tree so he can get through to the other side. And we'll see if he does decide to make that happen. So yeah, should be a stack here, although it's being blocked by the Hawk. So it's actually just going to be a straight up pull instead. Yeah, they realize that that should be blocked off afterwards. So they're going to clear through this one pretty well, it looks like. We'll pull the creep wave back into position afterwards. I wonder if we're going to see more of that D-ward shenanigans like that in the mid lane. That was really cool. I'm sure that people have done it before. I just haven't seen it. Screen. Needs to back out of here. Slayer does a lot of damage and pulls back. Is fully committing for it. Oh. Oh. Turn around. Mango. Fade Bolt is going for it. Oh. Can't do it. Not quite in range. In the tip. Screen. Makes it happen.
Does the rock of tiny fail?
Whoa, haven't heard that voice line before. V-Tune backs out in the top lane. Can build up his stick charges. Slayer, 3 seconds. Oh, does he fully commit again? Nope, not gonna do it. Does still mean that V-Tune's gonna have to sort of sit outside of his comfort zone for a little bit here. Mid lane. Pugna. He should be fine here, I would imagine. Still will get denied out a lot, I think. But it's not the end of the world. Trying to kill off these boars. Cause some trouble. Yonason fan going to be able to get the deny on the second one. But still fine. And it is basically just going to be dual lanes now. From here on out. Stomps on both sides of the map, it looks like. Meanwhile, the 1v1 coming out into the favor of PA, at least for the moment. Has 8 more CS than the Jug. Had to make the sort of move around early, but not really the biggest deal in the world. Means he basically got an extra creep wave. Is there kill potential here at any point? I mean, it's really tough to do it. I think that probably the best bet would be going after Slayer. And so this is what we keep on seeing, right? Is the Frost Shield, and then V-Tune has to make this move to try and chase him down. So they will get the kill, which is important. Oh, no. Screen! It happened to you. What? He doesn't have a TP. He's stuck up there. Poor guy. Well, the Jug will at least get the bounty runes. In the meantime, looks like Aachen able to get a couple of those bounties. We'll pick up all 4, perhaps? Is that right? Yeah, looks like it. Well played. So another initiation could come out in a second here if they wanted to go for the lift, but a little bit too scary. And screen. Looks like he is not going to be too hurt by the fact that he was up there on the cliff. Courier comes out. And in the end, it's all okay. But like I was saying, right? Like, you have to make that move to come and protect your Lich. And then afterwards, because of that, you miss a couple of CS. It's not that big of a deal because he's still been able to find kills out of it, so his net worth isn't that far behind. But it does mean that you're sort of missing out on some of the levels. You're almost level 6 on the PA. Meanwhile, the Jug is still at level 4. Does make a little bit of a difference. PA 6 is not like a kill potential lane necessarily, unless you get some like really lucky crits. But it's more just the like survivability, and I mean killing off screen here is pretty big. Does have another dagger. Maybe could have daggered and then blink struck, but not the biggest deal in the world. Back up to level 6 in a second here. We're gonna go. Meanwhile, Ghost Stick had to get the jump away while Zayat's pulling the creep wave. And we'll try and get it back behind the tower for his puck. Jump forward, finds 1 crit. There's a second. Needs some more. But it's not going to happen. The Frost Shield, keeping V-Tune very survivable. And in the meantime, Jug, or rather the Razor, pops the ultimate. Going to farm up the jungle a little bit. Pugna's level 7. Somewhat scary. 4 points up in the Nether Blast means it's going to be a lot of damage onto this tower. Wasn't able to make use of that early Wasn't able to make use of the early siege creep, unfortunately. Need to keep our eyes on this as Ghostic is going to try and go for the jaunt away. And guess who's there? Good old Clockwork. The rundown comes, the catch there in the cogs, and all set up and made possible by virtue of these fancy, fancy hawks on the side lane. While this is all going on, of course, though, you do have more pressure onto the mid tower, so Aachen so far looking good. Keep in mind, they were able to take down the Pango 2-0 a little bit earlier on today and trying to TP out. Avalanche connects right as he is trying to get out of there, and Frost Shield will not keep him alive. So they take down SH, but he did get the tier 1 tower while simultaneously bottom. They're putting some good pressure on here as well. They brought in V-Tune. He's got a healing ward he can lay down. And keeping these boars survivable while simultaneously keeping the pressure on. They see the TPs moving in. Need to be a little bit careful here. Still spin for the jug. And it looks like that is going to be all she wrote as they rotate in with this Razor.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Oh. Okay. Well. That wasn't supposed to happen. Pop an Eye of the Storm. He doesn't have TP for another 6 seconds, and Avalanche, the chase forward, V-Tune, he has TP in a second, but I think it's going to come too late, and yeah, they got him caught. So, well played. Razor does cancel his TP, but now they can cut the creep wave and try and take down this tier 1 tower themselves. Aachen, wanting to make sure that they get something in return, are going to back out and take down the tier 1 tower top. So the Pango trying to match the tempo of this Radiant draft, but it's really tough when you've got this Pugna that's already up at level 7, as well as the Beastmaster. Like, this tempo is really hard to match. Clockwork does have an urn completed, if he can get the courier out to himself.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Ghost Stick's still a long ways away from a Blink Dagger. As we hit the 10-minute mark, let's take a look at the net worths. You can see that PA and Razor up at the top. Puck is up there as well. But it's just what these heroes can do. Like, you look at this Clockwork, and when he hits level 6, it doesn't matter that he doesn't have an initiation item. Good toss away by Zayats, keeps him alive. It's the fact that you can put so much pressure on like that, and now you just take 2 tier 1 tower, or 2 towers. Gun off the healing ward, trying to run. Slayer slowed down, and now going to die.
The first time I saw you, I knew where you were.
But yeah, if they wanted to, you can just head mid at this point.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yule Scepter looks to be the build, Sailor. And it's only a level 6 jug, but I mean, with the healing ward, having Vlad's already. Oh wait, this is deadly though. Dire realizes this is happening. Haste rune on Ghost. If they're not careful, oh god. All right, they still have the Pugna in the area. Can they do this? Is Haste rune's boring off pretty soon? Like, the thing is, if he tries to orb into this, he's dead, right? You can't orb in, but you need to be able to drop the coil and try and mess with him a little bit. What other avenue they have to get into this fight? They could hypothetically toss the puck in, but the only way that they get vision is if they use an orb to scout him out. So they're going to use the coil and try and control this Clockwork, but I think he's fine. Yeah, coil used. Now you can maybe actually make this play if you're Aachen. Or is it too scary? The rest of them moving in, they don't feel confident going for it. At least for now. But coil's still used. I think that's okay. Looks like they don't want to tempt fate.
Middle tower is under attack.
Too scary. Zayats, level 6. PA just gonna back away from the Pugna. Ooh. 30 seconds, no TP. This might be a dead Pugna. Oh man. Yeah, I think that they know. There he is, and going to be able to go for the life drain and the kill. The other side of the map, they also take down the Clockwork. So the Pango able to pull this back into their favor a little bit. Zayat get the Avatos. They rotate in with this Razor and just lose B-Tune. I mean, Tiny goes down, but that's a triple kill for the Razor. What the hell? Quick reactions, and the Pango punishing this. This is the timing where if you're Aachen, you wanted to be able to move around the map and just sort of continue to put the pressure on, right? But losing those couple of heroes, it slows down the momentum and turns it entirely into the favor of the Pango.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, Ghost Stick. Oh, he's backing out. Even though he's under vision, it's so hard to catch this elusive puck. So, Yule Scepter on the Razor. That is one other thing that will help him to be able to possibly live if he gets caught, you know, by a Jug Omni or whatever. Also, being able to purge off the Frost Armor, really, really good. They don't have a great way to do that at the moment. Smoke, not under vision. And looks like Eve. Ooh, big kill. Big kill. Hookshot connects. They're going to TP in with everybody. They want to try and take this fight. Chain Frost bouncing. It's onto the creep and now goes back to the PA. Will go down there, but stolen Chain Frost coming from Mr. Rubik. Don't know if it's quite going to be enough to get the Yule Scepter lift up. Breaking the TP of that Pugna and throw back in the Clockwork. 3 dead. Aachen losing it. I mean, this is the thing, right? High pressure lineup, but if you start to lose that momentum, all of a sudden the Pango are going to be able to pull it back really quickly. And their heroes become so much stronger with these items. They're going to hit a really nice timing once you have the Blink Dagger for Puck. I think if you're Aachen here, you need to make a big move. Like that smoke play was, you know, it would have been nice, but can't kill off the PA. Oh wait, they did kill her off, excuse me, but he comes at the cost of a fair amount.
Make my life easier.
So Bounty's trading off 2 apiece. Are they just gonna go for Roche again? I think they do take it pretty quickly, and I would imagine the Pango are anticipating that they're going for it now. Yeah, they think that the Roche could be going on right now, but there's nobody there. Passing through. I love Ghosty. He's got such a good sense of humor about the game. It's like little things like that happen, and for other people it'd be tilting. You just wouldn't see any response, but for him it's like, it's a little applause out. It's great. So they don't connect on with the smoke gank. And the Pango still sitting with the Razor top net worth. I think they're feeling okay about the situation. Chain Frost still stolen for Slayer for a little while. Would love to be able to use it if they do decide to get into a fight soon. But certainly don't have to. And also, this is going to be the Blink Dagger. Not reveal, I don't think, because I think he's probably passed underneath a ward or something. But they should anticipate that the Blink's there. Nice hit. I was relatively blind, but there is no follow-up. As the creep wave was spawning, and now Hookshot down. Need to be careful. Just outside of vision, Blink Dagger, 8-second cooldown. Zayat's there as well. They spot him out, now looking for the turnaround here. Already breaking it. Dreamcoil connects onto 2. With the Pugna ward down, it makes it really hard to fight, though. And that's where things get tough. So they're walking out of range of the Pugna ward. PA was up on the high ground there. Took down the Beastmaster Hawk. It's going to be out all she wrote. Whole time, Slayer gets a little bit of time to himself to farm up. And we go back to where we were before. A 3,000 gold lead. Still sitting for the Pango.
Structures are fortified.
Almost have the Battle Fury on the PA.
Radiant structures
This is big though.
are fortified.
If they can take Roche and get Aegis, this changes the complexion of the game quite a bit. Throws out the tree. They know that they're in here. You can't let them get a free Aegis. Cannot happen. Moving into position. They do have Clockwork Hookshot back up again. Can drop down Cogs too to try and interrupt this. He's going in for the Illusory Orb. Thinking about it. Breaking it yet again. Gets hit by the Ancients though. And, excuse me, not the Ancients, just the medium camp. And now they've got the Rubik here. Has a second round of Cogs and go for the pushback himself. The green Cogs, love to see it. And Slayer is just going to end up losing his life. Meanwhile, Aurora over here to the east side of the battle. They find themselves Zaya. It's Avatos. He's living through it for the moment. One more punch comes from Yonason fan, and that's a kill. So you lose 2 more heroes. You end up losing the Aegis. Pango did not like that series of events at all, and now it's down to just about a 2,000 gold lead. Naive trying to escape. They do see him underneath the ward, but goes into the blur mode now. Hookshot still there. Needs to be able to hit a blind, though. And instead, they go forward and they find Screen. He's just dead.
Dire's middle tower
Naive, does
is
he
under
reveal himself? Are they actually going to go for this? This seems super bold. I mean, I guess that they do kill him, so it works. I thought that the rest of Iron was going to show up, but with Screen going down, I guess that they're like, let's just get out of here.
Coming through.
9 to 11. Drop the Pugna ward, and now they can't really push in that easily. Oh my god.
Before my time.
Radiant's middle tower is under
So
attack.
Pugna will get
Dire's
caught out there and
bottom
just killed,
tower has
or not
fallen.
Pugna, Puck. And that's kind of what I mean. When I think again about like, so Puck is sort of that weird type of hero, right? Where normally your escape mechanism for the other ghost stick heroes that he tends to play is like just being tanky and really hard to kill. And if they fully commit to you, then the rest of your team is probably doing enough elsewhere that it's like worth it. Or they can come and save you in time, right? Like Puck's a blink initiator, but the difference is that the way that Puck functions is by like staying alive at the last second. Naive is gonna go down here, I think, as they rotate in a couple more heroes. TP out. They need to bring somebody else with the stun. And again, it's not that he's a bad player by any stretch of the imagination. It's just that like the way that he plays this is not it's not how he plays a lot of other ones. Yep. Nice hook shot. Gets over to the Ancients and should be able to escape from that one. Now the Pugna shows up here as well. The life drain going to be interrupted immediately. And the Urn charge being thrown onto Zayats. The chase is coming. Have the decrep as well. Another toss away. Rocket Flare has it up if he wants to use it. Hello? They got him. And I feel like this is the turnaround that's coming. I mean, you've still got this Aegis on the jug for another 2 minutes. The call is going to go for the tier 2 tower in the mid lane. I think that they can kind of just push the tempo to this. I don't know how you deal with this pressure that's coming out from the Pango, or rather onto the Pango. BKB on Razor changes a lot. He can stay in the fights now. Does PA have BKB yet? No, she's still a little ways away from it. Battle Fury only. Stealing a lot of damage, make sure that he gets a lot here, which means that his ulti is not going to do a ton either. Over to the side, they've got the Fear onto one. That's for Ghost Stick, but there's no follow-up at all. Jonas and Bam able to control him. The fight is split apart so much. Aachen not taking it the way that they need it to. And now it will be ran down. This Razor is very fast. Hook shot to try and save a life. Just to interrupt now. Battery Assault stolen by Slayer. But it looks like they will be able to find Zayats here and kill him off on this Tiny, but not before they lose the Clockwork. So the buyback from the Lich, I can't help but feel like there might be a little bit of tilt going on here. Like, what did you really provide to the team fight there with Screen? Now a DD for PA, pulls it back in. This could be big if they can get the kill, but there's no Omni Slash. The Dagon actually able to get the kill, though. The huge plays coming from the Pugna, and now Slayer in some trouble as he's just going to be spun down, can't TP away in time. So they have the Beastmaster and the Clockwork coming back in just a second, still Aegis online, and it feels like there's this sort of frenetic energy from Aachen to try and push this tempo as fast as possible. They don't want this PA to free farm. They don't want to leave them open a moment. Like, they're tanking backdoor protection tier 2 towers because they just want to end this game as quickly as possible. When PA gets BKB, this game becomes infinitely harder. They need to take this Rax right now. Aachen only up about 1,000 gold, but they want to try and finish this game off as quickly as they can. And it's really scary to walk up there. They have the rest of the heroes moving into position. What else do they have? Chain Frost in a couple of seconds. They have Roar. Without Aegis, they don't feel confident going in. And with PA back up, it's a little bit too scary. I still think, though, that if you're Aachen, you've got to find another pickoff and go again. You can't just sit back and let them farm. Naive is going to become a monster in this game. And as much as Jug has been able to carry them throughout these qualifiers, I don't know if this is going to be enough. PA can really shred through Jug. Although, I guess that he also has Vlad's aura. Maybe that's enough, but you can see that they still want to keep the pressure on. Like, it's a lot harder for... Like, Pugna just falls off. That's the biggest thing. They spot him out. Naive slowed. Where's his buddies? Needs the blink strike. Ghost Tick is there. He's able to walk away. Jonas and Fam looking for the roar. Has used the... Well, good silence there, keeping him alive. And is this a fight you really want to take, though? Omni Slash immediately onto Razor. This is not the way to go for the Pango. Going to be able to spin down this Tiny, and it was a great way to just get out of there. They didn't need to take that fight. Oh, no. And the tips. Oh, it's brutal. Oh, it's brutal. Oh, God. They really didn't need to take that fight. The immediate turnaround that came out, and now they can sit around this line for a little bit longer. There's no buybacks on these heroes. It should be a set of racks at the very least. They're just going for the ranged right now.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
They obviously don't know about the lack of buybacks. God, that almost killed Jonas. You get a couple crits lucky right there, and you're in a good position. But that's the thing, right? This is the moment. BKB on PA, this would have been the time that you wanted to fight for the Pango. If you just sat back and didn't go for that initiation coming from the Razor, like, Puck moved in, made sure that his PA lived, and then coiled and made sure that he didn't get roared. He gets the silence, he gets the coil, no way to take that fight. The decision to go back in afterwards, they didn't need to make that choice, because PA didn't have BKB. Now with BKB, they can take almost any fight, but the downside is they're down a set of racks. So the map can kind of get controlled by Aachen. Move around, take down the shrines. Secure yourself next Roche, which, by the way, is possible to respawn in 18 seconds. And it is a 3,000 gold lead. Not the biggest in the world. Experience still into the favor of the Pango. Ooh, and a stolen Nether Blast is very good for the Rubik.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top shrine is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
So 26 minutes, and now taking down the shrines. It looks like they want to fight with this. This is a good decision. Don't let them get the shrine for free at all. Chain Frost bounces only a couple of times, hits onto the creep. Screen gonna go down. Stolen Chain Frost. Slayer gonna push the Clockwork outside of it. Now the Omni Slash already used, back and forth between the boards. Slayer trying to kill him off, not able to get it in time. Over on the west side of the fight, they lose Zayats, and Naive wants to go in now. It's basically just him and Sailor in the area. They bought back on the Razor to go into this fight, and if he goes down here, it would be tragic. They have the Nether Blast back up again, and the Pango are kind of just getting kited until these BKBs wear off. Now they're thinking about turning back around. They can't quite do it. Still the 10-second one working to the PA, but finally it's worn off, and Slayer looks like he is going to fall. One more rocket flare to the face, and the chase down now. Jonas and Fam does not have Roar, but could have gone for it. And you see, as soon as the BKBs are kited, I'm ready to run back in, even though everybody's on such low HP, and a super low Roche time. That was like nothing. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's so huge. Oh my god. That is the biggest Roche. Oh, jeez.
Your song has fallen to the Radiant.
Oh, they can't believe it. Oh, man. I don't know if they saw Roche when the fight was going on over there, if it just respawned or what, but that timer,
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
like, literally less than 30 seconds, and Roche is up. When your BKBs are down, the team fight was just done, the BKB just comes off cooldown right now for the PA, so there's literally no way that they could have taken that fight, and Roche goes their way.
Shrine has fallen.
Again, if you're the Pango, all you need is more time. Get the items up that keep you survivable. They can take fights with BKB, but now it's so much harder to go in when they have the Aegis. How do you take this fight? A tossback from Tiny is probably your best bet, and he does have the Blink Dagger. If they can get a tossback onto even the Aegis target's kind of okay. The tossback, it comes in. All right. Beautiful. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And now look for more. They're going to buy back on the Pugna because they want to take this engagement. Okay, hookshot goes in. A little bit spread out on the fight, but they're able to take down Slayer. Again, the Pango taking the fights when they don't need to, and they're going to lose the puck as well. Both of these heroes, no buyback. 40 seconds on the sideline, and they know. They can just run down a lane here. Honestly, if you wanted to, I mean, they don't know about the lack of buyback on the puck, I don't believe. 180 gold away there, but it's going to be at least 2 sets of racks.
Has fallen.
And what looked like a great possibility there, again, was the Pango just moving a bit too far forward and trying to take that engagement. I mean, the instant reaction is to try and push for more, but at this game, you just need to sort of wait out the timing, and they are going to lose out big here. Another toss up in the air, blink away afterwards. V-Tune, they jump forward, Omni Slash onto the BKB. It is going to do nothing. Stolen Omni Slash. Slayer doesn't hit that hard, but it's going to be another way to keep him alive. And Aachen, with those series of engagements, solid decision-making of when and where to fight, are likely going to be able to take this second set of racks and maybe the game. There is no buyback on this Razor. He bought back in the last fight, and they're looking for mega creeps. Moving for the tier 3 tower. B-Tune still sitting with the Aegis, Dream Coil, Chain Frost, stolen Chain Frost. The Pango, they're wanting to do everything that they possibly can, but I don't know if they have the damage. They're still all alive. The healing ward was taken down, but I think that they're still fine for the moment. And Ghost Stick, no real avenue of initiation. Chasing forward for this one. The life drain, they do burn through that Aegis. Also, this Beastmaster is dead, and, well, immediately the Pugna pops the cheese. Everybody backs out again. Cube just going in like crazy. He's trying to kill them all off. Did manage to find a couple of kills, but can't quite take down that Tiny.
I'll take that as tribute.
Yep. 9,000, 10,000 net worth lead. Ugh. Hurts. It hurts. $25 to 18. Only one buyback left in the game. They did burn through the Aegis and the cheese. They need more time. But I'm kind of fearing that they've put themselves in too deep of a hole at this point and aren't going to be able to climb themselves out of it. I mean, you look at it, PA is still up there in net worth, but it's really the Razor and the Puck that have fallen behind, as we often see from these heroes. Particularly Razor. We'll have a plate mail now. And it's something else to keep your eyes on, is like right now Jug's floating a decent amount of cash. And if he does happen to go into a fight right now, they're going to be on kind of equal-ish net worth. Nah, it's still going to be like 4,000 gold difference or something. Basically, the difference is going to be the butterfly, or the eagle song. Has a full Mjolnir completed. They're under complete and total vision because of clockwork. So hard to make anything happen.
Illusion.
And maybe they'll try and smoke out? I don't know. Five heroes smoked up. Mr. Clock, he has been the MVP. Can't quite break the Blink Dagger there, but he will have vision in a second with the Rocket Flare. Who does he find? Says Sylar. Can go for him if they want to. Ghost Stick is there as well as Naive. They could catch all of these heroes. A little bit dangerous. That's stolen Rocket Flare. V-Tune walks into position. There's the Avatos coming from Zayat's missed completely on the hook shot, but the Avalanche and the toss not going to be enough to stop this Omni Slash, and Jug immediately going to back out afterwards. They got the link on him before that happened. Now immediately just gets eliminated by virtue of the Dagon. It's a BKB no longer useful. A pretty good amount of damage going out and almost killing off this Lich. The Lich living through absolutely everything. The Glimmer Cape, the walk away, 30 HP, and Puck just wants him dead, but it's going to be Ghost Stick in the grave instead. And that's feeling like it's about curtains. Clockwork in the meantime going to push out the creep wave and gladly assist, I would imagine, afterwards with an Urn Charge to Screen's face. But more importantly, it is going to be the tier 3 tower fall in. The barracks going down. Yeah, man, this is rough. Rough stuff indeed. They move forward, find themselves naive. This game has been over for a while. I mean, basically, as soon as you lost that secondary Roche, it was over. It sucks, too. Pango were looking really good through the early parts of this, but ended up getting owned in the end. What are we looking at for MVP? Like, V-Tune, again, would be the obvious answer just because that guy farms like a monster. But I feel like it's got to be the Clock. The Clock was ownage. He was killing it. He did miss that hook shot at the end. Take a couple points off for that. Maybe Screen also for his, like, decision-making in game. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for game number 1. Third series of the day again. We will be back in a little bit with game number 2 right after this. Again, apologies that I'm doing solo casts for all these. Co-casters bailed at the last minute. Freaking Jack. But we will be back again a little bit later. Later on this week, though, we also have more coverage that will be going on for the StarLadder Minor. I'll be continuing to cast these games. Tomorrow I'll be on North America, and I'll be casting with Trent. And then the next 2 days after that, we'll be doing Europe and more CIS as well with Lacoste. So I hope that you guys are enjoying the broadcasts. Again, 1 more or possibly 2 more games today. We'll see if the Pango can finally win a game against Aachen City Esports. They have lost so far 0-3 today. The first game happening about 5.5 hours ago when we first started all of these casts. And we will be back, ladies and gentlemen. See you guys in a few for game number 2.